Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Pathfinder Adventures, Rise of the Rune Lords. So apparently this game has been out on mobile devices for quite some time. iOS has been mentioned in the comments. This is just recently, as of I think last week, was released on PC on Steam. It is by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Asmodee Digital. It's currently $18.74 US. It's 25% off and fully released. Normally it's, I believe, $19.99. There is a store for purchases and things, like purchasing quests and other things along the way. I haven't quite dug into the store to see what's in there. I've been just kind of wrapping my brain around it. So Pathfinder Adventures, from what I understand, is a tabletop card game, and that's really all I know about it. As far as from what I've heard, it's pretty popular for good reasons. I'm generally not the tabletop kind of person, because if it has more than 3 rules, you'll probably lost me, and I won't know what to do. And Pathfinder Adventures here apparently has quite the rule book, because I went through the tutorials of the game, and there's 5 of them, and they're pretty detailed. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I think I have some inkling as to what I'm doing. Some inkling. So I thought perhaps I'd sit down and play some of this. I haven't done, like I said, I've just done the tutorials. I've finished the tutorials. I have not done any of the actual single-player quests, and this, as far as I know, is just a single-player game. So this is my party. This is all I have thus far. I am definitely not doing permadeath. You can you can bet your bottom dollar I'm not dealing with that. You start out on the world map screen, and right now everything is locked, I believe. So you can, if I click on things, it's like, hey, you want to buy this thing? You can buy it and all that stuff. But I'm going to try to progress with just the coins that they give you. They give you a currency as you go, especially if you're playing the tutorials and all that stuff. And I assume I'll eventually gain enough of that to unlock these without putting down further buckaroos. But we're going to start in Bringing Doom, which is, the villain is Jabriel Visky. The henchmen are some bandits, and during the scenario, if a monster's power causes you to recharge 1 or more cards, do so, then draw the same number of cards you recharged. And scenario reward is a random item, and adventure reward is a skill feat. So I think there's not much else to do except to start, and we'll see how this rolls out for me. Oh, there's an actual story. How about that? Sandpoints. Well, I've been in worse places. On the upside, easy money can often be made in these backwater holes. Beware, places like this provide easy prey to those with dark intents. You there! You look equipped and able. I can't get a supply shipment past the waterfront these days. That brigand, Jabriel Visky, and his thugs are robbing honest folks in the streets. Our incompetent sheriff can't seem to do a thing about it. Assuming you have the coin, happy to do business with you. If I get to bloody my daggers, all the better. It is Serene's will that this criminal bee is prevented from doing more harm. During a scenario, if a monster power causes you to recharge 1 or more cards, if so, okay, I've already read that. That was on the main page there. This is our villain, and I'll try to explain some of these. I don't know how many people actually know Pathfinder. I certainly don't know it. But I can at least explain what the tutorial has told me here, and whether or not that's actually true or not is another story. You may want to review your character's skills, powers, and cards before you choose a location. Yep, so if I view the party, it tells me what all our dice rolls are. So it's cards plus dice, the game. And she's got a lot of acrobatics and stealth and some perception on the wisdom checks and all that stuff. Some powers. She's got hand size of 5 and proficiency in light armor. So that's good. We also have hide and sneak attack down here. So excellent. And here's our cards list. We're limited right now to how many cards you're allowed to have in your deck as far as the different types. So weapons and like I can only have 2 weapon cards in my deck. And then as you level up, it looks like you get like additional slots for each different type of card. So that'll be useful later on. And Perils of the Lost Coast, Bringing Doom. Okay, so this is, I guess, all the chapters and stuff. All right, and then Kira over here is my sort of cleric thing, and she's got Constitution and Intelligence and Wisdom to boot, maybe a little bit of charisma there. Her powers, again, the hand size, proficiency in light armor. She's got a heal and an enemy lore for undead, so I can defeat a Bane that has the undead trait on it, as we'll see as we go there. All right, so what we want to do is we've got 4 locations. Now the idea is that when you go to a location, there's a deck of cards at that location that spells out both the monster encounters and the loot encounters and traps that you have to overcome, that your characters have to overcome. Your characters play one at a time, so I can have both characters at a location if I want to. Or what's more likely that I'm going to do is have one at one location, another at another location, and the game will just pop back and forth between them depending on what order I've picked of their rotation. And there is a villain here, which is the monster. The idea is that I have to close out each of these areas to corner the monster in one of the areas, and then once I defeat the monster, then I can close out the adventure. So when you encounter a monster, it will then move to another location if you haven't closed off all the locations, that kind of thing. You can temporarily close locations and stuff. It's very, very complicated, and I don't quite understand all of it yet. But to close a location, you have to do whatever that location says. So for instance, this one here, the farmhouse, in order to close the location, I have to summon and defeat a random monster. Now, just to get to closing, I have to find whatever is the boss or the mini boss, as it would. What do they call them? Not mini boss, but henchmen, I think. I have to find the henchmen of the area. I have to defeat them, and then once I defeat them, then I have to summon and defeat a random monster in order to close this area out. So this is probably something that I'd want not Kira, but this other chick to do. So I can drag her down there because she's got the power and the will and all that stuff. This one we have to succeed at a wisdom or survival 6 check, which is definitely this chick. This one is summon and defeat a bandit henchman, and this one is succeed at dexterity or stealth 6 check, which is this other chick. So she'll probably do these 2, and then summon and defeat a bandit henchman could be either one of them. So I'm going to put her down here. So they're at 2 different spots. Now, even though they're at 2 different spots, you can, as you're playing, you can use cards from each character to help the other character out. It's, like I said, it's very super complicated. If someone had tried to teach me this on a tabletop, I would be completely out in left field. But because I was able to do tutorials where they actually show you what's going on and stuff, I kind of get what's going on, sort of. Let us put her as the... come on. Can I pick the character order? There we go. Let me switch them around a little bit. And they're at Sandpoint. It's our little preview video here. All right, so here's the main window. Now, A couple more things to talk about. This is all of the different types of cards that are at this location. So there's an unknown card, there's a weapon to be had, there's 2 barriers and 4 monsters and 2 items. So this gives me an idea of what's in this deck over here. There's also 10 cards in this deck. So to close out an area, either I have to find the henchman or I have to go through all 10 cards, basically. And then I still have to do the succeed at the wisdom or survival 6 check in order to actually close the location out. That kind of thing. Over on the right here is the turn phase that you're in. So there's give cards to another player, to another character I mean. There's the move, if I want to move to a different location on the map. There's the explore phase, which is what we'll be hitting in a moment here. And then resetting hand, and then discard. I can only have up to 5 cards in my hand. That's her hand size. You can upgrade that as you go. If we have more than 5, we have to discard enough to get back down to 5, that kind of thing. The other thing to note here is we got blessings. We have 29 blessing cards, and those are, as the old saying goes, count your blessings. I have to complete a location before I run out of blessing cards. If I run out of blessing cards, then your character's defeated. We're probably not in any danger of doing that here because there's only 10 cards in this deck, but I assume that's something that will be a real bit of a problem later on. Then our character also has 10 cards in their deck, and the character deck is what we have down here, what we draw from. That gives me weapons to use and other buffs, and also other characters that give me boons and all those things. There's a lot going on the screen. And then here's our special abilities and stuff, and we have single-use items inside of our pouch here, which I assume these are things that you buy from the store probably, to help you give you a little leg up as you go. All right, let's do some exploring. So like I said, it is dice based. So what we have here is a mace. I have an 83% chance of rolling a 4. I need a 4 to roll a 4 on this dice here in order to actually collect the mace. I get a +2 based on just my character's buffs for this. So whatever is on this, whatever I roll ends up getting +2, and then that goes into my success thing. So we'll just roll this guy and we will miss out entirely. So if you fail to acquire a boon, it is banished and will no longer appear in a scenario. So we'll never ever see that thing again. It's gone for good. It's actually the first roll I have missed in a long time, believe it or not. Now, I could have increased my chances of getting that roll by using like the Blessing of the Gods. Like what you can do is you can discard one of these and it will add an additional die to roll. Which, I mean, for that one, it was kind of overkill because my chances of getting a good roll were actually really high. This also would give me a 1d6 non-combat strength or constitution checks. This would give me another 6-sided die to roll if I discard this. And I believe discarding them puts them into your discard pile, which then you might draw a card that can pull from that or something like that. You can recharge things in your discard pile. So there's like the concept of discarding, there's a concept of revealing, which is what your weapons are. Revealing a card doesn't remove it from your active hand, usually, as far as I can see. Yeah. And then if something's banished, it's gone from the deck entirely. So, and sometimes banishing something will give you some kind of buff and whatnot. But anyway, well, let's move forward here. All right, to our other character, and we will explore. May use your character power for this check. Click the power icon below the portrait. So the character icon, invade my encounter. I don't know why I would invade my encounter with a spyglass, but I could do that if I wanted to. 1d6. This is another 83% roll, and that time we succeeded. So now we get spyglass, but I'm above my hand size. All right, so the tutorials are still kicking off, which is fine. We need to discard one, so let's get rid of, what is this, Potion of Vision. Banish this card and choose a character at your location to automatically succeed at a non-combat perception check. Huh. Maybe I should hold on to that. What does the spyglass give me? 1d6 to perception. Disable check. Discard this card to defeat a barrier whose highest difficulty is defeat is 11 or lower. After playing this card, succeeded, disable 8 check to recharge this card instead of discarding it. I guess we'll just get rid of this for now. And then optionally, if I wanted to, I could discard other cards if I so desired, but I don't. So let's move on. Alright, what is that? Current blessing is some kind of bow and arrow. Alright. So I can acquire caltrops if I really want to. Now, there's an exclamation point over my other character, which means that they can actually help out with this roll. So if I discard Blessing of the Gods from my other character, that gives another dice roll to this character, who is the active character. So now I have an 81% chance of rolling a 4. So there we go, 6, and we get our caltrops, which puts us over our hand size. So we're going to have to discard something here. I guess I'll get rid of Cure. So there we go. I don't know what all these blessings are, like butterflies and stuff. Does that... Blessing of Desna. Discard this card to add 1 die to any check. 2 dice to any check. Okay. Huh, interesting. Alright. Let's pull this out. We got Thieves' Tools. Yeah, we'll easily pick those up. Alright. And we will continue. So now, let's see what we got. A zombie. Zombie. Alright, roll success of 68. Now this is a Bane, alright? So the Banes have I think after you defeat a Bane, you have to roll a dice, and then it has, if you roll a 1, it will return, I believe. I think that's what that means by the B there. I think that's what happens. So I can either roll with what I've got, which actually 68% is not half bad, given what's going on here, or I can reveal my quarterstaff, which gives me another another D6, I think it gave me. So now we got 93% chance. 15. Okay, so that was that wasn't the same thing. All right. There were ones before that were like Banes that would come back. You had to roll the dice again, but that was apparently not the case here. All right. Short bow. At the top of the screen, there's a check drop-down panel. If you click it, you can choose which skill you would like to roll. You may find there are times default skill is not the best option. Okay, so I didn't know that. It didn't tell me that in the tutorial. Oh, I see. So dexterity or ranged. That's only a D4, and this is a D12. All right. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could click on that. They didn't do that in the tutorial at all. All right. Well, dexterity it is. We got a 9. And we have a short bow now. We're going to have to get rid of something, so I guess we'll get rid of the Thieves' Tools again. Why not? Okay, what do we have here? Blast Stone. Banish this card to add 1d4 to any combat check by a character in your location. I don't really care if I don't get that one, honestly. Alright. Now this one here is a Ghoul. Mirzel's evade power allows you to avoid encountering a Bane for 1 turn. When encountering Bane is evaded, it is shuffled in the location deck it came from. After you may discard a blessing or an ally to explore again. Okay. Alright, so I can evade this guy if I want to. Yeah, since our roll success is 0%, I probably should evade this guy, so we'll do that. And we'll go back into the deck, and then I believe discard, add 1 die to any check. Discard this card to explore your location. After you play this card, the top card of the Blessings discard pile is a shown trait. So Blessing copied? I don't know what that means. Can I guess I can't I guess I'm beyond the point where I could discard this. Okay. Huh. Yeah, they didn't really touch on blessings too much. They just said you can't run out of blessing cards or else bad things will happen. But they didn't do a tutorial about what exactly you could do, when you use these and all that stuff. So, let's do this. Goblin Commando, encounter or evade. Before you act, a goblin deals 1 range combat damage to you. So the way the damage works is that I have to discard a card. You do have like cards that give you the ability to avoid damage and stuff, but I don't have any here. Well, actually, caltrops. What does this do? To evade a monster you encounter. Oh, okay, so I can use that to... So if I banish caltrops, then I can evade this guy. Alright, so there we go. That's what they were talking about. Okay, so... Is there... I guess I can't use this now until... Die to uncheck. Alright, whatever that is. Okay, now what is this foaming mug thing? Add 1 die after you play this card, top card, blah blah blah. Okay. I still don't know how that... It says blessing copy. Does that mean I copy it to the card? Is that what happens? And then when I discard the card that I copied it to, then it works? I have no idea. They didn't actually cover that at all in the tutorials, which is weird because you'd think that's would make the difference, all the difference there. Before you act, put a card on top of your deck. Alright, encounter or evade. Let's encounter, I guess. Put a card on top of your deck. This one? On top. Okay. Roll success is 0%, but we can get our short bow. Now we're at 62%, and actually, can I use this here? For something? I still don't understand how this works. This card to explore your location. Let's copy that to here. Maybe? I don't know how that works. I guess we'll find out in a minute. Okay, and yeah, that didn't do what I thought it would do. Huh. I have no idea. I wish they would have mentioned something there. Alright, this guy already did some damage to me, so I have to discard a card. So we will discard this, I guess. Move forward. And he's got 9 damage that he does. Alright, so reveal our quarterstaff. And let's use a blessing. We can, just to make sure we wreck this guy's face. There it is. Okay. And spyglass. I probably should use this, right? Perception check. I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, let's just do this. Battered chests, 41%. If defeated, draw 1d4 random new items. If undefeated, you may banish this barrier. What does this do? This card, add 1 die to any check. What does he do? Recharge this card. Discard this card to explore your location. Okay. Crowbar. Add 1 die to non-combat strength. Oh, so there's strength or melee. So I could actually discard this and get another thing here. Oh, holy crap. Did I get another thing there? Jesus. All right, I think I wrecked that face of that chest. All right, can we recharge? Let's recharge this. Or see if we can anyway. 75% success. Right on the edge of that 75%. All right, let's see how many items we get out of this chest. 1. All right. And it is a token of remembrance. I would like to... Let's try to get a leg up on the location here. So let's discard that guy so we get to another encounter here. 45% chance, huh? Is this a non-combat perception check, huh? Well, we could also do a sneak attack, which will discard or recharge. Over here, can I? Is there nothing to recharge there? No. Is there anything to recharge here? No. Alright, so I can try and recharge this. There we go. And now 74% chance. Let's see what happens. Kabam is what happens. Alright, so we got a little bit of a leg up on the... We only have 4 cards left at that location. We have 5 here, so let's go see what's going on. Bunyip. Wisdom check. Before you act, succeed at a wisdom 9 check, or the difficulty of your checks is increased by 1 for the rest of the turn. Interesting. Alright. Let's stack the deck a little bit there. There we go. Alright, now combat's not gonna do so hot here. Oh well, let's get our quarterstaff out. Now we're at 58%. Let's discard one of these. Now we're at 90%. Alright. Bam! One more down. One more bites of dust. Got a wooden shield there. And what else? We got a flaming short bow over here. Excellent. Ah, this is the villain. Before you act, recharge 2 cards. So I believe he will escape to one of the other open areas. But it will give me an opportunity here to temporarily close the areas, I think. I can tell you're new here, so I'll give you one piece of advice for free. Get out. Leave Sandpoint behind you, and no one needs to get hurt. I'll make this offer once. You must want me to enjoy this fight, so be it. Encounter a villain may temporarily close their locations. Prevent the villain from escaping there. Okay, that's how you corner the villain. All right, so basically over here I could say close this location, which is just a wisdom or survival check. So this will temporarily close the location, and she's got a 58% chance of succeeding. Let's give her a little bit more chance, huh? Alright, probably needed that little extra chance. So this is temporarily closed off. So when this guy flees, he can't go here anyway. So that's one. The idea is to corner them. So the idea is to give them no quarter from whence they can go. And then obviously he's going to flee this location, so he's not going to be here. So he can only go to one of these other 2 locations. So there we go. So encounter or evade. I wonder if he'll flee if I... No, I think he'll probably... If I evade, he'll probably go back into the deck, right? So I think I want to encounter, I believe. Recharge 2 cards. Okay. What is this one? 3. Recharge. And Must have a skill matching divine pay to. I guess I'll recharge this one since they're going back into my deck a little bit. I won't be able to use them right away. Alright, so we got a flaming short bow. Let's reveal that. Let's also... Potion of glibness, huh? Location, non-combat diplomacy check. Ooh, interesting. Let's do a little sneaky attack. Alright, discard or recharge one. So we'll recharge this guy. And that gives us 87%, and I could also help out a little bit from my other character, but I think we're good here. I think 87% should be good enough. So away we go. Indeed it was. Alright, so now he's in one of those areas, whichever one it is. Closing location banishes any remaining cards in the deck. So now this location is closed because I actually took that guy on and didn't invade him. So all we have to do is move to another location after our deck gets ordered out and sorted out and all those things. Alright, over here we're still exploring, and we've got a bandit, a monster. So what is he? The difficulty to defeat is increased by the scenario's adventure deck number. Before you have to recharge a card, if defeated you may immediately attempt to close the location this henchman came from. Ooh, alright. Recharge one, huh? I guess we'll recharge this card to reduce combat damage dealt to you by 2. Alright, we'll do that. Alright. Click to defeat. Okay, so he's a henchman, so if I defeat him, then we'll have the opportunity to close out this area. So let's get our quarterstaff out right now. Let's get a blessing of the gods. And let us smash this guy in the face. Excellent. And yes, let's attempt to close the location. 58%, huh? Let's make sure we succeed at this. There we go. And away we go. That one is now... That location is now closed. Cool. So now we can move to a different location. I get it. I get it. Get out of my face. I get it. I clicked it. I clicked it. Go away. Go away, I say. Alright. So, oh man, that is annoying as hell. That is kind of broken. So this chick's got to go to defeat a bandit henchman, dexterity or stealth 6 check. Okay, I'm going to put her here because it requires a dexterity check. And I think she's got all the dexterity in the world, if I'm not mistaken, because she has these long range stuff. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong there. Does she not? Oh yeah, she's a dexterity one. Okay. So we will explore. Get a treasure map. All right. I guess 16% chance. Let's put another one in there and see if we got this treasure map. Yep, we did. Alright, recharges card. So, how does this work? So do I just draw the archer? Is that... so basically, it just lets me draw the next card, I guess? See it and draw it? I don't know. One of those things. What do you do? Discard this card to explore your location. Alright, since we only have 14 blessings left, I think it might be good to do that. Let's explore again. Zombie. The zombie is immune to mental and poison traits. If undefeated, each character at this location summons and encounters a zombie. So we want to do a short bow. And we want to take this guy out. Oof, just barely took him out. Excellent. Alright, now we will move on. Alright, you need to move, my dear. You're going to move down to this other area that we have not closed off yet. Alrighty then. You've only got 2. Character deck is at 2. Shuffle from the discard pile into his deck and discard the card you revealed. I guess that's what that noise was that I was hearing. So our character deck was low. That also counts as your health. So if you lose your entire deck, you're going to be really screwed. So let's heal and reveal 1. What does that mean? I guess reveal, discard to allow, not that one. Reveal, I guess we'll reveal mending, I suppose. Cure, okay. Alright, so that gave me 2. Oh, that's how many cards it gave me back from. I got it. Alright, I don't know how anything works yet. I really don't. Okay, so we got 8 cards in her deck, so she's still doing pretty well here, all things considered. Oh wow, we got the henchman right away here. How about that? Difficulty defeat. You may immediately attempt to close the location, recharge a card. Okay, yes, I want to encounter. So let's recharge. What should we recharge? See, I don't know. Some of these say if you recharge them, they do things, but I don't know which ones. I don't quite understand the concept of recharging something. Other than it goes over here and then it comes back the next turn, I guess. So I whatever. Let's recharge the caltrops and move here. Roll success is 12. Let's get our flaming short bow. Reveal it. 79% now. My other character has a blessing of the gods, so we'll discard that. Just stack the deck as much as we can here. 97%, I'd say we've got this. Indeed we do. And yes, I want to close this location. And 75% chance of doing this. Yep, there we go. Kabam. Alright, so he was at this location, which is hilarious. So I guess that's going to give me the opportunity to temporarily close the other location. I mean, how does that work? It doesn't. The answer is it doesn't. He was at that location, so I guess he'll be the next. So it got rid of all the cards except for him. So he'll be the next encounter that I do. So, and she's still hurting a lot. I wonder if I can. Well, there's no real reason for me to explore here, right? I mean, I know where the guy's at. What is this blessing? To add 1 die. I still don't know how these blessings work. I honestly do not know. Let's see if I can heal, maybe. And we'll reveal guidance, I guess. So that's the only one it will let me do. Alright, that gives me 3 cards back. Alright, that's good. So she's not doing too bad right now, which is nice. I guess I could explore, huh? Discard this to explore your location. So let's do that. Codex. You get a D6 or a D4. Oh, well, that's not very useful, is it? Well, this one's just going to get banished. That's all there is. 0% success chance. So that is good. When using a weapon, subtract 1 from each die, blah, blah, blah. You may discard 2 cards to explore again. Oh, after your exploration, you may discard 2 cards to explore again. Oh, I see. So that's what that button's for. No, I don't want to discard anything, thank you. She's back down to low health there. So now we got to take on this guy. We must take on this guy. So first of all, we got to close this location so we can't go to it. So we're going to go here and we got to summon and defeat a bandit henchman. Hopefully we can do that. Close the location. We got to recharge one. So I'll recharge the chainmail, I guess. Alright. And combat. Let's get our mace. Or should I get our quarterstaff? That's a 1d6 and this is a 1d8. Alright. 1d8 it is. 6%. Let's discard that. 80%. Alright, let's go for it. Bam. Wrecked his face. Alright, so that's closed. So now he can't go anywhere. So, yes, I want to encounter. I gotta recharge 2 things. So, I'll recharge this one since it's not really gonna help me right now. And I guess the potion of glibness too, why not? Alright, forward. Combat. Flaming short bow. I guess we'll reveal that. We got a blessing of the gods, so we will discard that. My other chick's got something that she can help out with another blessing of the gods. Oh yes. Oh yes, we are totally over. We're gonna overkill this guy, my friends. 99% chance. And that should be the scenario there. I yield! I ain't being paid enough to get killed over Vinder's Hall. Oh, I was just starting to have fun. Very well, I'll bite. Who's filling your pockets? Telling you won't help me live to a ripe old age. Better just take me to Sheriff Hemlock. Cheers. There we go, my friends. A victory. It gets 100 gold for our troubles, and whatever other random loot it will give me. Let's see. Crown of Charisma. Reveal this card to add 1 die to your diplomacy check. Recharge this card to automatically succeed at your non-combat diplomacy check. Alright. And you, my dear, what did you get? Masterwork Tools. Add 2 dice to your disabled check. Alright, cool. And that is that. So they will. So then it gives me my deck of cards here so I can see what's going on. I got unclaimed cards, many of them, but I'm at my max limit here for things except for these items. So you can see this is the limit on weapons, the limit on spells and all that stuff, and then you can use these to filter out the thing. Crown of Charisma. I'm only allowed to have 1 thing. What does this do? Reveal this card, add 1 die to your diplomacy check. And this one does... Discard this card to evade a Bane that has the undead trait. Bash this card to defeat a Bane you encounter that has the undead trait whose highest difficulty to defeat is 10 or lower. So I guess the undead trait is the one where it's like, once you kill them, you have to roll another dice to make sure that they actually stay dead. I think that's what that was. This is for diplomacy check. I don't think I've ever really... Well, charisma and diplomacy. I don't know that I've encountered anything that has a diplomacy check yet. So maybe I'll just put this in my stash for now. What else we got? Unclaimed. We got Wayfinder, Orb of Frost. Those things. I don't know. Can I... No, I guess I can't. They just stay in unclaimed, huh? Alright. So be it. And... also this one. Token of Remembrance. That puts me over my limit as well. What does that do? Fire this card, recharge a spell from your discard pile. You must have a skill matching spells, Arcane or Divine. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever actually end up using that, so let's put that in our stash as well. Wow, we're over by a lot here. Spyglass. Perception check. Uses discard this card to examine the top 2 cards of your location deck and puts them back in any order. Okay. I guess I could put that away for now. And then Masterwork Tools. Add 2 dice to your disabled check. I think I'd want that instead of some of these thieves' tools. So let's take one of these out of there. These are all the same thing, right? Masterwork tools. I think they're all the same thing. Yeah, that's down to 6. And then this one is... Okay, we got Archer. What are you? Recharge this card. 1d4 your ranged combat. Discard this card to explore your location. And this is Burglar. Disable or stealth check. Or weapon. I think we'll get rid of the Burglar. We'll put the Burglar in the stash anyway. And then if I run out of stash space, I have to actually like destroy the cards and turn them into coins or whatever it is, I think. Something like that. Short bow, the regular old short bow, huh? 1d6. 1d4. And I got the short bow +1, so I don't know if there's a reason for me to keep a regular short bow around. So I'll throw that down there. Yeah, that sounds about right, I would say. We got everything squared away here. Your stash is limited space. I'll banish the cards you can't fit in your stash. If they're worth something, you'll be paid for trouble. Let's see. Yeah, right now I'm underneath my stash amount, so if I was over the stash, I'd have to banish a bunch of them. Pair icon are worth no gold. Ones that are repaired. That's interesting. You have to repair cards too? I didn't know that. There's so much to this game that I don't quite get yet. But there we go. Bringing Doom is done. And then we got the Poison Pill as the next one here. Which is this one, I guess? Or Burnt Offerings. No. Oh, that's the next. Perils of the Lost Coast is this area, which is a beginner's area, and then this is a level 1 area, level 2, level 3, level 4. Okay, I got it. So this is the area, all these 3 things in this area are available, and then this guy is now unlocked? Why does that have an exclamation point next to it? Is that... Because all these say that they're locked, so I don't know why that has an exclamation point next to it. I really don't. I would think that meant that there was something there I could look at, but there was really nothing there. It's still a locked location. But yeah, manage runes. Rune of Savagery, add 1 to all your combat checks. Oh god, these are all other things you can buy. Let's go back to our... where is that at? I think it's here, right? Let's go back to the main menu. And let's look at the store real fast just to see what's here. I don't have any treasure chests. I have 699 coins. I can buy a treasure chest for 500. Characters. These are different characters you can buy. Alternates and whatnot. And I believe... so I bought the standard edition of this. There's also a Obsidian edition that gives you more coins and stuff to start out with, and I think it gives you more characters to start out with. So that was like, it wasn't that much more money either. I think it was only like $23.99 or something like that. And it's also, I got a discount right now on Steam, so you might want to put in for that. I just wasn't sure what I was getting into, so that's why I just went with the cheaper solution. I can buy different colored dice. Sure, 33% off. 1,000 coins. Wow, it's going to take a while just to get dice. They're really they ain't cheap, are they? And then enhancements. Is that just for? Oh, these are just cards that you can buy? Question mark. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet. As far as the tutorials go, the tutorials were good as far as getting you started, but I'm looking more at I look around here, the more I realize there's some big pieces of the game that they did not even really barely touch upon with the tutorials. But then I don't know what the challenges are. Provide an extra way to gain gold. Win 2 scenarios on legendary difficulty. Oh, yeah, hilarious. That ain't happening. All right, so there's like daily challenges and stuff you can deal with there. But I think that's been a decent look at it. I mean, it's about as good as I can do based on the fact that I am very much a noob to the whole Pathfinder Adventures thing. But the other thing to note is that if you did already have this on a mobile device, they do, under the options here, have a link ability, so you can actually link your characters with your mobile device and vice versa. So I could, if I'm in the process of playing a campaign or whatnot, I believe it will carry that over to your mobile device, and I can finish it there, or I could start it on the mobile device and finish it on the PC. I think that's how that works. I haven't tried it, but that seems to be what it said in the text and whatnot, from what I could gather. But yeah, this has been Pathfinder Adventures. It is by Rise of the Rune Lords. It is by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Asmodee Digital. It is currently 25% off on Steam for the standard edition, which is $18.74 US. The Obsidian edition, I believe, is a few bucks more, but it's also on sale. I don't have the exact number. I forgot to write it down. It's pretty decent. I mean, I don't know how faithful it is to the actual tabletop game. I would imagine, given how complicated it is, I would imagine it's probably pretty pretty faithful, a faithful reproduction of the CCG. But you know, that could just be me. As always, I will leave links to more information about the game down in the description so that you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.